And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to field number 4. This is the second ball game that this field has seen today. And I believe the third thus far in this showcase. This tournament, 4th.
Yeah. So the bag's right there, Danny.
So welcome everybody to the FastPitch Northwest Showcase.
I can go to the pickup.
In this matchup, it'll be Washington Lime, the underclassmen, taking on the Idaho Crimson underclassmen. And you saw through your camera there, we've got some stars out here, as Ashlyn Whalen from Boise State, I believe. Boise State College softball. She's coaching the Idaho Crimson team. You'll love to see it. D1 athletes giving back to the community.
Who needs to line up? So we're going to start here and then out Lindsay.
Lindsay, perfect.
Yep. All right.
Thank you.
I can go get it.
And it's very interesting how the lineups and kind of how the flow of the games work here at the showcase. It really is all about showcasing, 1, the pitcher's talents, first and foremost, and 2, getting those hitters out there and showing what they can do. So rather than having a consistent lineup where you see the leadoff man start every game, they kind of just take over to whoever was going to bat in the previous game, and that's where they have their leadoff start. So very interesting, unlike any other type of softball game that you've seen organization-wise. But it ensures that every player does have their talent showcased on an individual level. Also, forgive us, we do have to manipulate the camera every once in a while. We have it tucked right up against the net on the backstop here. So we're going to do our best to ensure that you have the best viewing experience possible. Thank you, Matthew King, making the necessary adjustments right now. By the way, I am Luke Kilgore, bringing you play-by-play. I've got Kim King next to me, keeping stats for this ball game. Very appreciative of her. She's a superstar. And we're going to get right into it. So Idaho Crimson, the visiting team, they're going to start things off here at the plate. And Addison Clark is going to get her number drawn first. Class of 2026 from Kimberly High School in Kimberly, Idaho. She's a pitcher, also plays first base. First pitch of this matchup is high, and the check swing stayed behind. So, ball 1. Second one on the way, and it's smacked. Dribbles into right center field, and a leadoff single for Addison Clark. So Idaho Crimson starting things off early. By the way, they beat the Oregon Royal underclass team 11-9 yesterday. First pitch called for a strike, as this is Adeline Pearson from Buell, Idaho. Buell High School. Oh and 1, make that 1-1 after the high rise from Avery Garvey. She starts in the circle for Washington Lime from Kennewick, Washington. Southridge High School is where she calls home. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and an overthrow to first base, and Clark goes flying to second. So technically, she reaches there on the E2. That's Nadia Chernich behind the plate. So Garvey and Chernich are your battery mates for Washington Lime to start things out. Count now 2-2 on Pearson. Garvey ready with another. And swung through. There's the forwards K for Adeline Pearson, as she is out number 1 here in the top of the first. In steps in Danica Quinn, class of 2025, Rocky Mountain High School in Meridian, Idaho. The lefty's pitch just missed her mark. Ball 1. Garvey releases, draws the swing, strike 1. Count is 1-1 for Quinn. That pitch is low, trying to get her at third, and they tag. Oh, they're going to call her safe on the slide, as Clark got her money's worth, slides into third, and then takes a tag to the face, but is called safe. So Clark puts her body on the line and is rewarded. Here's the pitch. Another swing. Strike 2. Man, Avery Garvey is painting that corner and is teasing outside, and the batters are falling for it. There's another swing and another K for Garvey. So 2 punch outs for Avery Garvey. However, Addison Clark still chilling on third base in scoring position, as here comes Emily Hanchy from Kimberly High School, Kimberly, Idaho. Primary position is shortstop. Also plays a mean third base. Garvey sets and fires, and it's high. Garvey's been hitting her spots pretty well, has not been able to get that rise. And as soon as I say that, the rising ball draws a whiff.
Here we go, Emily.
Here's the pitch. Outside. Could not get Hanchy to chase on that occasion. High and tight for another ball. Count is 3-1 on Emily Hanchy. So look for Garvey to toss it in the zone here. Gets a swing, full count. 2 outs as Hanchy gonna try not to leave Clark stranded at third. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and it's gonna be a walk. Emily Hanchy struts to first in a hurry. What an at-bat from Hanchy, the patience. As now steps in Olivia Edgar, the lefty. And Hanchy books it to second. One thing I have noticed thus far, it is early on, my first day here, but one thing I have noticed is the base running around here, I mean, if they even see the catcher take attention away from the infield, they are leaving and launching to the next base. Olivia Edgar from Rupert, Idaho. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count is 1-2 on Edgar. Minico High School over there in Rupert, Idaho. That pitch, lucky to be corralled by the catcher, as Nadia Chernich saves that one from sailing to the backstop, possibly hitting our camera lens, which is the last thing any of us want. Pitch to the lefty, low and inside. Some of the crowd has something to say, as the count is now full. Second straight batter. And it's low and inside again. Walking is Olivia Edgar. So don't look now, folks. The base is now juiced with 2 outs. As here comes Gracie Nelson from Kuna, Idaho. Nelson with a golden opportunity here. She smacks it to right field. And missing it in foul territory is the right fielder. See if we can get a number on her. Where's your binoculars when you need them? Getting some assistance from the crowd, said almost looked like 6. That would be Lacey Ross. But unofficial read there. Beautiful, beautiful pitch down the middle on the rise ball for strike 1. This is Gracie Nelson, again, with the bases juiced. Second pitch is low and outside.
Y'all work out of it, Amy. Come on.
Garvey ready with another. Again low. With those first 2 Ks, Garvey was looking tough and now needs to find a little bit more of her command. Here's Garvey. Again outside.
Adjust.
Here's the pitch, smacked into foul territory deep. And we do actually have a name on the right fielder now, number 8, Allison Ryan.
I'll be out there. I'll see you later.
So sorry.
It was very close. No, we appreciate the assistance. We need that. We need that. We need all the help we can get over here. As we're exchanging some softballs. Broadcaster Matthew King earlier noted that as soon as those balls go into the outfield, with how dewy and moist it's been out there, they get thrown immediately back into the dugout. As there is a walk for Gracie Nelson after a very hard fought at bat, and that's going to bring in an Idaho Crimson run.
Here we go, Lainey. Hey, don't do too much, right? Let's go.
So Avery Garvey,
See one, drive one.
after tallying 2 Ks, allowed a single for leadoff, but 2 straight Ks followed by 3 straight walks. As there was a meeting of the minds in the pitching circle, we'll see if Garvey can adjust.
Woo!
That one knocked to the third baseman who can't handle it, excuse me, the shortstop. And we're going to get some more runners to score. As somehow a ball comes onto the field. But 2 runners score. As Lainey Morgan really made the most of her opportunity there with the bases juiced. 2 RBIs for her. And the catcher from Twin Falls, Idaho, stands on second. So now 3 runs have come in with 2 outs for Idaho Crimson.
Here we go, 9. Here we go.
As this is Casey Kiblin from Moscow, Idaho, Moscow Middle School, class of 2025. By the way, Lainey Morgan, who just knocked that double, is a middle schooler as well, the class of 2026. Boy, she's got some pop, doesn't she? As a solid cut from Kiblin. But being over at WSU during the year, I know a thing or two about Moscow, Idaho. About 15 minutes from Pullman, make some regular visits there. About one of the only cities in Idaho that I have any clue about. That pitch outside and another walk. Casey Kiblin reloads the bases. Now here's Autumn Allen from Jerome, Idaho, the outfielder, class of 2024. Garvey, right down the middle, and it's ripped foul. Just outside of the first base dugout where her Crimson teammates reside. Second pitch, just low. Next pitch, low and outside for Garvey. That's softball for you, folks. I mean, it looked like Garvey was on a roll, 2 straight Ks, and now a massive 2-out rally has allowed 3 runners to score for Idaho Crimson. There's the pitch. That's a no-doubt strike. As Autumn Allen watches it coast by. The count is 2-2. Here's the pitch. Garvey, she bowls it in. And, oh, a pickle of sorts, but it's just going to be an easy score. And there's the out at third. So a little bit of a wild sequence, but Crimson does get that run to score. So they end it with 4 runs in the top of the first, but getting caught at third looks like was Morgan. So that's going to do it for the top of the first. Crimson with 4 runs. Now it's Washington Lime's turn to answer back. We'll see what they muster with right after this. We'll take a quick breather. And we're back here. Bottom of the first inning. Addison Clark in the pitching circle, the Kimberly, Idaho native. And stepping up for Washington Lime, leading off rather, is Lindsay Ferguson from Sammamish, Washington, East Lake High School. Clark's first pitch, way low, and it gets past the catcher.
Let's go, Addie. Here we go, kid.
The catcher, Lainey Morgan. Clark, 1-0. Right down the middle. And it's simply watched by Ferguson for strike one. Count is 1-1. Here's Clark. It's low, but sliced. Way out of play. And almost takes out some spectators in the easy up.
Good job, Addie. Good job. Here we go.
That thing was ripped foul. Ferguson, she's swinging. And she's swinging hard. That time goes foul down the third base line. And now she's going to have to swing to protect the plate. Count is 1-2. Clark kicks and delivers. Looped high in the sky and caught in center field with ease as that ball had some hang time for out number one. So Ferguson got a hold of almost every ball she made contact with. That one no exception, but falls harmlessly into the glove of the center fielder. And by the way, the center fielder was Autumn Allen making the catch. This is Jenna Van Groe from Kamayakin High School in Kennewick. So making the trip from the Tri-Cities was Van Groe. I'm gonna have to double check on that pronunciation for you guys, just to make sure. V-A-N-G-R-O-U-W. As that one snagged at first. Nice backhand, but it was in foul territory by a matter of inches. Thank you so much for joining us here today at Fast Pitch Northwest Showcase. A bloop single into right center field. A beauty from Jenna Van Groe. Now stepping up Morgan Strange, she clocks one to shallow left field. And she's safe with a single, just barely reaching second base is Van Groe. And Washington Lime putting together a couple hits. See if they can keep it going. Thus far, moving station to station. Here comes the catcher, Nadia Chernich. From Monroe Catholic, North Pole, Alaska. Not quite where I remember the North Pole being. As that pitch low and outside from Addie Clark. I might have to apologize to Nadia personally. She's probably heard that joke many, many times. Nice snag at second in the step. And she's out too. Beautiful play at second base. It's scooped up and then thrown to third. And stepping off of third was Van Gro for that third out. So what looked like it was going to be a dangerous inning for Washington Line quickly comes to an end. Dramatic fashion and picture perfect fielding there at second base. So Idaho Crimson gets out of trouble in a big way, and we'll be right back with the top of the second inning here from Chehalis Rec Park.
Shortstop is the one who stopped.
Oh yeah, I did put short.
Was it the shortstop?
Yep.
Well, back to the top of the second inning. Trying to find the name of the shortstop for Crimson Idaho, or Idaho Crimson, I should say, who made a spectacular play. Stepped on second, made the throw to third, got 2 outs to get out of the jam. As it stands, Crimson leads 4-0 here in the top of the first. Avery Garvey still in the pitching circle, as this is Autumn Allen. She made the first out of the bottom of the first in center field. Nice routine catch, but she had to book it to get there as she rips it down the third base line, just past the third baseman's outstretched glove. And she's on base with the leadoff single. In steps Daniela Tovar from Nampa, Idaho. Here's the pitch. It's low. Garvey back and forth thus far in her pitching performance, as that's a strike. Counts 1-1. She allowed the leadoff single in the top of the first. As that one, a comeback right off the shin. She still gets the out, but I can tell you right now, it's going to hurt in the morning as it hurts right now.
Awesome, thank you.
So there's the first out. And by the way, that shortstop that did make the incredible play to end the bottom of the first, that was Emily Hanchey. Kimberly High School, Kimberly, Idaho, class of 2024. Scouts, put her on your radar because that was a terrific play. Terrific double play, actually. Garvey looks no worse for wear after taking that comebacker off the shins. Garvey ready with another. It's launched high in the sky, and it's called by the catcher. Again, a miscommunication between third and the catcher. One of them could have made that play, but they both tried to call each other off. That's what you'll see when you're just not used to playing with these other ladies. I mean, there's an element of team chemistry that unfortunately is absent from these showcases because, well, I mean, the whole purpose is to focus on the individuals. As there's a ball in, looks like from field 1. Bounced just outside of the pitcher's circle. Garvey. Oh! Swinging strike, it's dropped, but there's the out regardless. So it's a strikeout, as well as the put out at first after the catcher dropped it. That was Chernich making the play eventually. However, moving to third. Moving to third was Autumn Allen. So the strikeout did end up serving a purpose, at least since it was dropped, as that ball beautifully placed on the outside corner. Count is 2-1. For Pearson. This is Adeline Pearson, Buell, Idaho. As the count is now 2-2. Garvey. Low. Loads up the count. We do have just a little bit of netting in the frame. And there is the swinging strike. And Washington Lime avoids seeing any runners cross the plate that time, as they've now got to back it up from the plate. So going into the bottom of the second, still a 4-0 lead favoring Idaho Crimson. Washington Lime set to bat it out next. We'll take a brief break. And we're back here in the bottom of the second. Leading off for Washington Lime, as they're still scoreless, is Ashley Porter. Prairie High School, Vancouver, Washington. Prairie, a familiar name to us Washingtonian broadcasters, especially in 3A girls basketball. Wait, actually, no, is it 3A or is it 2A? Matthew, Prairie?
Prairie's 3A.
3A, yeah.
They play in that combination 3A, 4A conference.
That's right. But always, I mean, girls basketball especially, we always see them in districts, we always see them in regionals, usually make it a state. Very tough team. By the way, I'm Luke Kilgore. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning. Kim King keeping an absolutely immaculate stat book. And her son, Matthew, and my very good friend, I should say, and fellow broadcaster, Matthew King, also sitting in on this ball game. Might be providing you with some words of wisdom from time to time because, well, Lord knows I don't have any.
My vast fast pitch knowledge.
That's right. That's right. You've umpired some before, haven't you?
I've umpired a lot of fast pitch, a lot of ASA, which thank goodness that's the rules they're using from the start.
Fly ball into center field is corralled by Autumn Allen. Her second caught fly. As there is now one away. Nice pitch from Addie Clark. For strike one. This is Sierra Campos from Warden High School, Warden, Washington. That pitch low from Clark. That evens the count up, 1-1. Campos, her first plate appearance of this ball game. As that pitch low and inside. Getting the swing on the rise ball is Clark. And now Campos is going to have to protect the plate. Here's Clark. Too high. Couldn't get Campos to bite. An interesting camera angle as that one is knocked foul. As folks, not only do you get to see this ball game, but over past left field, that is the newly renovated Penny Playground, and it is hopping today. It's what, a Tuesday morning? Random Tuesday morning, and it is hopping as it has been since it opened up. That ball is sliced foul. Might have even gone over to field 3. Looks like it did.
Hey, it's a summer morning. Where else would you rather be as a youngster than a playground that looks like that?
Shoot, I'd love to be there.
I thought I saw you out there.
That's why I was late, buddy. How'd you know? And drawing the walk is Sierra Campos, as she now stands on first. And in comes the pitcher, Avery Garvey. The Tri-Cities native, South Ridge High School, Kennewick, Washington. The class of 2025. Pitch way outside. Nice snag by Lainey Morgan, the catcher. But both Penny Playground and this Shayla Sports Complex, part of the same renovation project. And Matthew mentioned it before, but man, perfection.
I can't get over how great these fields look. I was lucky to call some fast pitch in the high school season here this year, and it just blows my mind every time I'm out here how good it looks.
Well, and for a lot of people, especially if you're the WF West Bearcat fast pitch team, you're probably thinking it's about time. Because the fast pitch team, I mean, you talk about some of the great dynasty teams in the state, WF West has to be at the top of the list.
For my money, they are right up there. They are outstanding. And it was about time they got fields that lived up to the legacy that there is in WF West fast pitch.
Yeah, I had to put up with the old Rec Park field for years and years. Hardly fit for their pedigree as that ball softly flies to the first baseman. And getting the out there is Olivia Edgar. 2 down after the F3. In steps in Lacey Ross. Sela Middle School 2025 class. And she's going. And catcher not able to get the ball to second base in time. So on the wild pitch, it's Campos able to get to second base. That one launched up in the air, called by third, and easily caught. Washington Lime once again goes scoreless here in the bottom of the second. Catching that ball was Emily Hanchy. It looks like she was at third base. So might need to revise. We gave her credit for that impeccable play at short. But regardless, after two, it is Idaho Crimson 4, Washington Lime nothing. Top of the third coming up here next. And we're back here. It's Eli Sports from YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us here at the FastPitch Northwest Showcase. So much incredible talent to be displayed here. Speaking of incredible talent, we have a new pitcher in the circle. Number 13, Lindsey Ferguson for Washington Lime. Class of 2024 from Sammamish, Washington, East Lake High School. Catch me using every excuse I possibly can to repeat the name Sammamish. Big fan. First pitch swung through for strike one. This is Danica Quinn stepping up to the plate. By the way, at the end of the first inning, we gave credit to Emily Hanchy, who we thought was at shortstop, for making a double play. Tremendous. Looks like that was actually Danica Quinn, who you currently see standing at the plate. So, apologies, Danica, but you're a stud and you know it.
You want to use an excuse to say the word Sammamish. You got an all Sammamish battery out there right now.
Ooh, baby. So no doubt these two know each other well, between Morgan Strain and Lindsey Ferguson. I'd be interested to know, Matthew, I don't know if you can do some quick research, is Pine Lake Middle School the middle school that goes to East Lake High School?
It's only one way to find out.
I mean, if I'm a betting man, I say yes. But we do have Strain, the catcher, listed as Pine Lake Middle School. She's the class of 2026. So I believe that means going into 8th grade. And of course, Lindsey Ferguson, the class of 2024, listed as attending East Lake High School. By the way, this is Emily Hanchy, facing a 1-1 count. Hanchy, big hack, finds nothing but air that time. Strike two.
Go MC and drive it, babe.
One-two pitch to Hanchy. Oh, takes a hack at it, and she gets set down. The high fastball, the high cheese, if you will. Hanchy fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. So 2 strikeouts to begin things here for Lindsey Ferguson, looking stellar thus far. This is Sydney Jund. Or no, excuse me, make that Olivia Edgar at the plate. As she was able to pull back that check swing in time, however, doesn't matter. It was in the strike zone.
Well, Luke, it's a good thing you're not a betting man because Pine Lake goes into Skyline High School.
Oh, so maybe not the relationship between the battery that we thought there was. Hey, maybe they'll come together through this showcase. They might be rivals even.
They could be. And who knows? I mean, when you're playing those summer teams, you play with players from outside your school district, so they could have played together before.
Of course, folks, in reality, we have no clue, and this is all speculation. They call this fake it till you make it.
You're breaking the fourth ball right.
Oh, sorry. Revealing all of our broadcasting secrets. And another strikeout. 3 up and 3 down. Lindsey Ferguson showing out here at the FastPitch Northwest Showcase. So Ferguson tallies 3 punch-outs and brings a quick end to the top of the third. Let's hope that fires up Washington Lime to get some runs on the board. They trail 4-0. Going into bottom of 3, we'll be right back on Eli Sports from YouTube. And we're back here, Eli Sports from YouTube. This is the bottom of the third inning between Washington Lime and Idaho Crimson, both underclass teams. This is Ava Petrino from guess where, Matthew? Pullman High School, Pullman, Washington. Matthew King, to my right, of course, is a WSU alumni, or alumnus, I suppose.
So now's our best time to get a Go Cougs in our broadcast, right?
Yeah. Let her rip, buddy.
You got to give her Go Cougs.
Go Cougs. Of course, I'm finishing up over there as well, so we might be just slightly biased here. Petrino. Oh, that no doubt shook the camera up. As our boy Matthew now gonna do some minor surgery to get you the best view possible. We're winging it here today, folks. We appreciate your patience. Addie Clark still in the circle. A big hack. That looks great, man. Thank you.
Earning my keep today.
That's right. Matthew King working some small miracles for your viewing pleasure. Petrino smacks one over the outstretched glove of the second baseman. And she's going to stay put at first, but a well-hit ball by Ava Petrino. The Pullman Greyhound. Allison Ryan slices one off the left side of the backstop. Allison Ryan from Woodinville, Washington, Timbercrest High School. Excuse me, make that Timbercrest Middle School. Class of 2026. As that one called for a strike, so quickly down 0-2.
And something I've noticed already in this is only my second game here, but the lefties coming up, normally when you see a lefty in softball, you're expecting that slap. You're not seeing that here. They are up there hacking away.
Yeah, they're ready to let it rip. The game's changing. As apparently the wind changed the netting too. Jeez, I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sorry to do it to you, buddy. Second pitch golfed into the sky as third baseman Hanchy tries to track it down. Unsuccessful on that endeavor. Allison, Ryan. I can't say enough about Matthew King making sure that this view is stellar.
I got a degree in fixing nets and cameras.
That's right. It's what it says right there on the piece of paper. Ryan. Here's a pitch from Clark. Lets it rip. Oh, we're safe. We're safe on that one. Any pitch that comes back to the backstop, whether it's foul, whether it even just hits the bottom, is likely to shake that net up. This time we got lucky. As there's a called ball. Full count for Miss Allison Ryan. Addie Clark still out there. She's ready with another. Swing and a miss. A punch out for Addison Clark. As Allie Ryan is going to head back to the dugout. Now back to the righties we go. So Lillian Starija. Trying to keep him honest over there at first. Not in time. That was a throw from Lainey Morgan. Starija hits it into a near double play. Did they call her safe at second?
Called her safe. They said she pulled her foot.
Oh, wow. So what looked like it should have been a double play ends up being nothing, and Washington Lime fighting through it with two on base. Credit Lillian Starija from Puyallup, Washington, Emerald Ridge High School. Slice foul right into the pitching circle of field 3. This is Madeline Tellis from Sela High School.
Trust it, Addie. Trust it. I was like, came on, let's get this guy. Nice throw, Lainey.
These catchers are being so aggressive. I love it. They want to pick off runners on base, catch runners stealing. It is so much fun to watch. That's one of my favorite parts of the game.
Well, not only that, Matthew, but the base runners are being as aggressive as can be as that one goes off the backstop. And now Washington Lime, both runners in scoring position. Giving the catchers, though, Matthew, the base runners giving the catchers every reason to let it rip.
Absolutely. It's your chance to show off for some college coaches. You got to make the most of this opportunity. And all the players I've seen so far today are absolutely doing that and then some.
Absolutely. Teles facing a full count. Here's the pitch. It's a beauty. It's a dribbler. And getting it on to first in time for the out. However, a run does cross the plate. The first one for Washington Lime, so they're on the board. That was Ava Petrino who scored. As Tellis was out at first. But we'll give her the RBI. Lindsay Ferguson An absolutely perfect inning from the pitching circle. 3 straight strikeouts. Ferguson was taking no prisoners in the top of the third. That one right down the pipe. Ferguson knocks it out of play, just over the fence. First base could not get there. As once again, the breeze doing its best to make Matthew King earn his paycheck today. Rise ball. Way up. 4-1. Ferguson knocks it to center field, shallow. It drops in for an RBI single. Lindsey Ferguson scores Lillian Sarita. And we're back to it. This is Jenna Van Grau. Oh, that one knocks off the third base dugout of field 3. But we do apologize. I did get Jenna's name wrong early on. It is Van Grau, the Kamayakan High School student athlete. As looks like she got pegged there. And Van Grau's on first. Ferguson's on second. Stepping up, number 1 Morgan Strain, class of 2026, Pine Lake Middle School, Sammamish, Washington. She's the catcher. She knocks that one straight to the shortstop. Shortstop unable to make the play in time as she bobbles it on a rip on the ground. And now the bases are juiced for Washington Lime. Provides quite the opportunity for Nadia Chernich from Monroe Catholic, North Pole, Alaska. She rips it, and it's fair, and she's going to get a couple RBIs out of this. Oh, make it 3, no. Out at home, but not before 2 runs cross the plate. As Nadia Chernich made the most out of that opportunity, got 2 runs in, 2 ribbies. And it looks like we're going to be knotted up 4-4. So how quickly the pendulum swings for Washington Lime. And yes, that does end the third inning. However, we are all knotted up at 4-all. We'll be back with the top of the 4th after this brief intermission here on Eli Sports from YouTube. And we're back here at the top of the fourth inning as it's Idaho Crimson's turn after Washington Lime had an impressive bottom of the third to get 4 runs on the board and tie this thing up. This is, of course, an individual showcase for each player, but hey, we're here to, ooh, hey, there went all that tape you just put on, Matthew. Oh boy, it doesn't end for our boy Matthew King. Oh, this is becoming a running gag at this point. But as I was saying, of course, the individual achievements and stats are more what we're focusing on here, but it's competition, right? I mean, it's in this format for a reason. We're tied 4-4, and you know, these girls are some of the top of the cream of the crop, so to speak. So they've got that competitive drive. They're looking to win no matter what. As there is another K from Lindsay Ferguson. She's seen 4 batters. She has put all 4 of them down. Thus far, the most dominance I've seen from a pitcher here today. There's the pitch, knocked right back. Of course, the broadcaster's curse as Lainey Morgan smashes a bloop single to shallow center field. Just what the doctor ordered for Idaho Crimson as Morgan stands on first. Here's Casey Kiblin. Swing and a miss. And nice snag at shortstop by Allie Ryan. And that would have saved a possible extra base.
And that's what you're taught to do as a catcher. You just, that runner's going, you throw it to where the base is. It's your fielder's job to get there.
Yeah, figure it out. That one smacked into foul territory, unable to track it down. It's out of play. Hitters maybe starting to figure out Ferguson a little bit. At the very least, they're getting contact.
Small steps because she was in the zone.
Boy, she was firing. Batters were hardly stepping up to the plate before they were going back to the dugout. Oh, boy.
You can't make this up.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Matthew King. Working way harder than he did during the first game when all he had to do was just talk about the game. Now he's constantly getting up to adjust the camera because, well, the ball just can't keep away from this backstop. Casey Kiblin still at the plate with a runner on second. Looking to break the tie. Kiblin smacks it foul, third base line. Got about 2/3 of the way up the line before it traversed to the foul territory. Here comes Lindsay Ferguson. Ready with another? It's low. Ferguson beginning to show signs of mortality. That one smacked foul again. Same location for Casey Kiblin as she is pulling to that third base line. Count is 1-2. And running the third, not in time. Sliding in safely is Lainey Morgan. Man, her base running is something else. As heads up as it gets. Here's the pitch. It's high, smacked. As Kiblin didn't even follow through. It was basically a check swing that knocked that ball up in the air and out of bounds. Ferguson sets and fires right down the middle, and not able to grab it is the shortstop. And that's going to score one. Casey Kiblin did not give up. She scores Laney Morgan from third and has an RBI double.
That was a fantastic at-bat right there.
Yeah, a 10-pitch at-bat, says my stat keeper, Kim King. And she earned all of it. Not many people battle through a 10-pitch at-bat and live to not only tell the tale, but say that they got an RBI double out of it.
Especially not without taking many pitches. She was swinging at everything.
Yeah. Foul here, foul there, everywhere a foul. And she was peppering him all over the place. Here's Autumn Allen. First pitch, hacking as she whiffs for strike one.
Don't do too much.
You got it, kid. Just see it. See it. You gotta get to see it.
So it didn't take long for Idaho Crimson to break the tie, as they now lead 5-4. Fly ball to left center field. It is corralled by the center fielder for out number 2. Looks like that was Sierra Campos out there. Making the catch at center field. Low and inside, well tracked by Morgan Strain. Mentioned last inning, Matthew, both the pitcher, Lindsey Ferguson, and the catcher, Morgan Strain, from Sammamish, Washington, in different school districts, but still both Sammamish natives.
Got to get that Sammamish plug in there.
Yes, always.
This team from Idaho is starting to put together real good at-bats, making her work out there, especially after a pretty breezy first inning.
Yeah, she looked invincible for a moment, did Lindsey Ferguson. Painted the corner that time really well on the inside for the strike. There's the pitch. Did it again. Strike 2. 2 straight on that inside lower corner. Count is 2-2. We'll get this netting fixed right after this at-bat. Still a good view, though, relatively. As not able to paint it that time. Just missed her spot, did Ferguson. But, man, I've loved what I've seen from Lindsey Ferguson thus far. Looks like going to be a sophomore for Sammamish, for Eastlake High School, I guess I should say. And there's the strikeout. Got caught looking. And 1 run is all that Idaho Crimson is going to muster as Ferguson picks up her 5th punch-out of the ball game. And that'll take us to the bottom of the 4th. So Idaho Crimson now leads 5-4, and we'll be right back with the bottom of the 4th inning right after this on Eli Sports from YouTube. And we're back here in the bottom of 4, Washington Lime. After scoring 4 runs in the bottom of 3 to tie things up, Idaho Crimson responds with a run. And now Ashley Porter is up to the plate. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Porter, the outfielder from Prairie High School, knocks it straight to the pitcher off the bounce, and it's easily thrown to first for the out. So Porter's trip to the plate doesn't last long. As here comes Sierra Campos. Inside, Campos tries to elude that one from striking her. Sierra Campos from Warden High School, Warden, Washington. Class of 2024. As it's still Addison Clark out there battling in the circle. That pitch is low. Ball 3. 3 straight balls from Clark as she now tries to avoid the 4-pitch walk.
She's really doing her best to live at the bottom of the zone.
Oh, and that one caught the corner of the strike zone for strike 1. She needed it. Really trying to test the strike zone there. That pitch right down the middle, it's a comebacker and a single as a ball enters the playing field. It always seems to bring an anticlimactic end to a dramatic play. We've seen that a couple times now, to where a nice dynamic play is kind of interrupted by another ball from a different field hopping in. So with 1 out, Sierra Campos is on first.
RBIs. Yes, I made sure I'm doing that on this one. I was
Avery Garvey.
Yes, thank you.
She was the starting pitcher for Washington Lime. Knocks it over to first base. They're going for the double play. Not going to get it, as Garvey's retired at first. Making it to second, though, is Campos. 2 away.
A lot of hard hit balls on the ground by this Lime team. You can tell they're really trying to drive through it, not uppercutting it. That's when you'll see those pop-ups.
Yeah, really making sure to have nice level swings, making contact on the ground, as you mentioned. First pitch results in a whiff by Lacey Ross out of Sela Middle School, class of 2025. There's the pitch, and it's a beauty. A strike on the slight rise. As now Lacey Ross down 0-2. Count obviously favoring Clark. Here's the pitch. And swung on and knocked to the shortstop. Third baseman tries to knock it down, does more harm than good. And scoring a run and tying things up at 5-all is Washington Lime. As Campos scores.
I really like that aggression out there. That ball did not kick that far away from a fielder, but Campos never hesitated. She was going.
Yeah, she was moving around the bases as Lacey Ross stripes one through. And that first pitch, by the way, to Ava Petrino is a foul ball. Paul, since you're over there, would you mind adjusting, getting the netting back around the camera? This is a, it takes a village here, folks, to make sure we give you the best viewing experience possible.
I never do. I'm kidding.
That one, once again, stride but caught, as I believe it was on the bounce, but a beautiful catch by the shortstop. Everyone's safe. But what that does is prevents extra bases. as Ava Petrino makes it to first.
What a play out there by the shortstop. I thought for sure that was getting into center field. You're going to have runners on the corners.
Hey, way to keep that in front, kid. Way to keep that in front.
Nice work there by the catcher, Laney Morgan, to keep the ball in front. As even that could have allowed some movement on the base paths.
Good place to miss, kid.
This is Allison Ryan. Clark with 2 on. As there's a big whiff. 2 on and 2 out. As Washington Lime has tied this thing back up at 5.
He's coming off of a second.
As that one's just outside. Counts 2-2. Looks like 3-1 actually, excuse me. As now we're full, 3-2. So Allison Ryan's gonna have to pull something off here with 2 outs. Doesn't want to leave 2 stranded. Ryan knocks the net loose. Might need to invest in some zip ties, yeah. Paul's just over there in the third base dugout laughing. And a walk. Persistence pays off, as now we're juiced with 2 outs.
Nobody better. Be power now.
In steps in Lillian Storia.
I didn't bother with that.
I'm going to just temporarily, just for this inning.
Take.
Storia receiving some advice from her fellow Lime teammate. One would assume Madeline Tellis.
Put in the lime green playground. Put a lime green.
Bases loaded. Here's Storia. Here's the pitch from Clark. Ooh, that looked like a good one to take a hack at. It's a strike. Storia hesitates. Wants to make sure it's her pitch. Here's Clark trying to avoid the jam, or get out of it rather. Fly ball, and it's missed in foul territory. Storia gets a second chance.
You know you can.
Once again, a miscue communication-wise on defense between the third baseman and the shortstop. Here's the pitch. It's low. Picked up by the third baseman in time. And avoiding a lot more damage was Idaho Crimson, and they're going to leave things tied up at 5. So Washington Lime leaves the bases juiced. We're knotted up at 5 as we're going into the top of the 5th inning. We'll have that for you right after this. Enjoy Paul Beatty's beautiful mug in the meantime. All right, and we're back. We hope you enjoyed the view as the boss, Paul Beatty, was trying to get this camera situated. We all know it won't last long. It's a little slanted. We apologize. We might get that fixed up here. Well, we will, I should say. As that ball's knocked up into the air, routine infield fly, and it's caught. By the way, a new pitcher in the circle, Jenna Van Grau. And the first batter she faces on the first pitch is an easy out, number 1.
Just count on.
Here's a pitch from Van Grau. She's got a lot of movement on her pitching routine as that one's sent straight back up the middle for a single. That was Adeline Pearson making the play. Now steps in Danica Quinn, Rocky Mountain High School, Meridian, Idaho. Class of 2025. That one knocked up and behind us. No doubt hitting the netting. That we're all very grateful for. Jenna Van Grau. On her windup, almost hits her. Look at that. Almost hits her foot. As that one smacked. And they're not going to get the double play, but they will get the out at second for number 2.
I was noticing that from Van Grau. Yeah, she really gets down, almost hits her hand on the turf.
Hey, don't do too much, huh? Here we go.
Yeah, it's very much a complete rotation for Van Grau, but it's seemed to be effective. There's the pitch and a bunt. Dribbles foul on the third base line. 2 outs. Go ahead.
Lucky that went foul because she was going to be easily safe.
Easily. You're right.
She's got a lot of speed out there.
This is Emily Hanchey at the plate. Pitch from Van Grau's low. Moving to second and just not able to corral it in time is Chernick. I was also saying that name wrong. Nadia Chernick is her name.
The umpire was the one who blocked that one.
As nice strike from Van Grau. Here's the pitch. Inside, still taking a hack at it, is Hanchey.
Go, Jenna.
Second pitch also low. They try to get her at third, and Crimson gonna score a run as it's a nice throw from shallow left field, but it's not in time. So scoring on the fielding error is Crimson. They've got the lead back once more, 6-5. Here's the pitch, Van Grau. Knocked foul. Trying to catch it in fair territory there at third base.
Take the word coming from. Expect it, huh? Expect it.
And she now a 2-2 count. As that one falls into field 3 in the middle of an at-bat. Sure they love that. Here's Van Grau. Pitch. Smacked. Foul. Right field. Almost getting there and taking out the fence. Sliding into it, rather. Woo-hoo! It's Sierra Campos in right field. Matt, you said that field was still wet out there. I think that just about proves it, buddy.
I don't know. I think she was prepared to run through that fence to catch that ball.
She missed it by mere inches. And then on the resulting slide could not stop her momentum. And that fence is still battered. the pitch. Van Grau, trouble, and it's caught on the slide. So only allowing one run that time was Washington Lime. However, Crimson does take the lead 6-5 here going into the bottom of 5. So 6-5, Idaho Crimson leads. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 5th after this brief intermission. And we're back here for the bottom of the 5th inning. Idaho Crimson takes a 6-5 lead. Since the 3rd, this lead has gone back and forth, tied up a couple times. And Crimson currently with the slimmest of margins. As we do have a new pitcher in the circle for Idaho Crimson, it's Danica Quinn. Rocky Mountain High School, class of 2025 in Meridian, Idaho. Stepping up to the plate is Madeline Tellis from Sela High School.
Gotta love a high school named Rocky Mountain High School.
Rocky Mountain High. As that one rattles the camera, but yet we're still good. We just might have a little bit more wide view of third base rather than first now. That's okay. We'll take it. Here's Quinn. Inside on the pitch. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, whether you're a scout, a softball fan, or just were unable to attend today. We are so happy you could make it, as that one just outside of the outstretched arms of the pitcher. There's an out at first. Wow. Able to scoop and chuck that one to first in a hurry. For what looks like what the 5-3 put out? 6-3. 6-3 put out.
That was a nice play by Gracie Nelson. That ball just died as soon as it got past the pitcher. A nice hustle to get there in time.
Here's Lindsey Ferguson, stud pitcher. Now she can belt it as well. Left center field is where it goes. And Ferguson, the first pitch she sees, is getting sent back. And she's at first. So Lindsey Ferguson, quick and efficient in her at-bat. Soft dribbler to first base, and that's how out number 2 is going to go. As in steps Morgan Strain. That was Jenna Van Grau on the out at first, by the way. And this is the FastPitch Northwest Showcase. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Luke Kilgore. Matthew King to my right, with a little bit of a sprinkled color commentary and making sure that you guys have the best camera angle and view possible. That one caught in foul territory by the left fielder. And can't forget, of course, Kim King taking immaculate stats, as it is a quick bottom of the 5th for Washington Lime as we go to the top of 6. Still a 6-5 lead for Idaho Crimson. And we'll be right back on Eli Sports from YouTube. Back here in the top of the 6th inning, Crimson with their first at-bat, first pitch, swinging, and there's the out. Olivia Edgar, a very short-lived at-bat, no pun intended. Live, yeah, all right.
I'll give you an A for effort.
Matt gets it,
Doing enough games with Luke, you'll learn.
Yeah, you'll learn that I just can't help myself. Gracie Nelson now up to the plate. And a nice strike from Jenna Van Grau. Stretching the strike zone. Van Grau releases right to second base. A beautiful grab for out number 2.
Morgan Strain out there at second base. She thought she was going to get a little break when she was done catching. No, the ball's still finding her.
Yeah, Strain doing it all. And lest I remind you, she's the class of 2026. Currently going to Pine Lake Middle School. Ooh, big whiff. Lainey Morgan taking her cut. But man, Matthew, lots of years left to learn the game, and Strain's already well on top of it. Speaking of on top of it, that one smacked to left field and caught for the 3rd out. So 3 up and 3 down for the Washington Lime defense. Idaho Crimson goes down in order. And into the bottom of the 6th, Washington Lime has a chance to tie it up or take the lead, as it's 6-5 favoring Idaho Crimson going into the bottom of 6 here on Eli Sports from YouTube. We'll be right back. Sorry. All right, the bottom of the 6th inning. Here we go. Leading off is Nadia Chernick, listed as catcher and outfield. The only Alaskan on this team, perhaps in this tournament. But listed as attending Monroe Catholic, class of 2024, from the North Pole. Not that North Pole, North Pole, Alaska. I'm Luke Kilgore, alongside Matthew King and Kim King. This is one heck of a squad behind the camera here, folks. I'm hoping by the end of this tournament I can maybe just become an honorary king, and this will just be a family affair. That one chopped to the shortstop, who overthrows it, so we're going to call an E6 on that reach, and then getting the second is Chernick.
Nice hustle from the catcher, busting up the line. She's the one who was backing up first, ended up getting that ball. That's not fun to run that far, that fast, wearing that gear.
She was booking. That's a fact. So now Ashley Porter steps up to the plate. Prairie High School. Smacked over the pitcher and into shallow center field, as a single from Porter gets Nadia Chernick to third base. Sierra Campos steps up, no outs. Here's the pitch. Inside corner for a strike.
The line team has a chance to tie this one up. Not only that, they can put an inning together. They can take the lead here. They're off to a good start.
Off to a great start. You're right, Matthew. That time outside. The only reason that steal wasn't acted upon by catcher Lainey Morgan, no one at second to get that out.
Also, you're walking a fine line. You throw it down to second, that runner on third could score.
Got to play it safe. Beautifully laced to right field, and a RBI single for Sierra Campos. Scoring from third is Chernick. And that was gorgeous. Ashlyn Whalen looking like she might just take the ball from Danica Quinn. At the very least, they're having a meeting of the minds. We mentioned, Matthew, by the way, this is the first shout out that Ashlyn Whalen's really getting. We mentioned the dynasty that is WF West FastPitch, and they used to play here, or still do, at Rec Park, now that it's fully renovated. But Ashlyn Whalen, a big part of that Chehalis dynasty, is she can smack homers with the best of them.
Yeah. There's always a handful of players on that WF West team that are just superstars, would be the star player at any other school, and somehow they always find their way to WF West, and she's one of them. Just an absolute powerhouse.
I want to say she set a home run record for a single season at least, didn't she?
That one, I don't know.
Where's Katie Liskey? We need the record books.
Would not surprise me one bit if Katie Liskey is watching right now.
Well, Whalen gets done with her conference, and staying in the circle is Danica Quinn. We're tied up at 6-all here, folks, as Washington Lime putting together quite the rally. Here's Avery Garvey. She was the starting pitcher for Lime as she takes the first pitch for a strike. Garvey, Southridge High School, class of 2025 in Kennewick. That one ripped foul.
Does it sound funny? Take bats then real quick.
As Avery Garvey, instructed by perhaps her dad here, to switch bats, as
Might have a crack or something in that bat.
yeah, that contact did sound a little strange.
But that's why, on that last line drive, that's why the runner stays in foul territory from third. If they get hit in fair territory, that's an out. So, nice base running down there.
Garvey, you see, chokes up on the bat there.
There you go, 2 out there. All right, come
It's
on.
a new bat. It could be a different weight than she's used to. If it's a little bit heavier, she's going to choke up.
As getting what she's looking for there as it's off the tip of the glove, misread by Casey Kiblin in left field. So reaching on, we're going to score that an E7, Kim?
Yep.
E7 it is.
There we go, Idaho.
As now it's Washington Lime taking the lead, Matthew. You said they just needed to put something together, and boy, have they, for Washington Lime. As that one does stretch our view a little bit out of place, so might need to adjust that. Man, we were doing good, Matthew. We were on a streak of you not having to get up every other at-bat. As still, see what we can do here. We'll do our best here. We have a runner on second. There's the pitch. Knocked up to the pitcher. So an F1 for Lacey Ross. This is the first out here after Lime has put 3 across the plate. Oh, that was beautiful. Great work, Matthew.
That's really what I'm here for.
Not just the moral and comedic support?
No. Make me actually work.
Well, we appreciate it. Want to ensure that all of our viewers out there have the best seat in the house. As that rise ball is high. Count is 1-2. As this is Ava Petrino. She smacks one high into the air going towards right field and not able to get it. It's fair too. Some issues with the fielding for Crimson. As the Washington Lime fans are having some fun out here.
Some might say it's Lime time.
Some might say that. I certainly would not, but I'm glad you did, Matthew. There's even some that I stay away from. That's one of them. Runners at the corners.
You know, one man's trash is another man's trash.
Oh, boy. You know, it is 11:41, but I'd still just want to say it is too early for that. It is too early for that, Matthew King.
Here we go, Idaho. Let's go.
So, Washington Lime, I believe, up by 2 right now. This is Allison Ryan. As we've got a runner. And man, another runner comes across. As Laney Morgan hesitated and then chose to make the throw. Now it's a 3-run cushion for Washington Lime. And a big swing on the inside pitch. Laney Morgan, or excuse me, make that Allison Ryan taking the cut. Still only 1 out here. This one back and forth, every which way, depending on the inning. And there is strike 2.
This has been a tightly contested game between two teams who came into it 1-0.
Yep.
Someone's O has got to get, well, I guess it doesn't have to. Games can't end in a tie, but
You never know, as 3 straight strikes end up setting Allison Ryan down for out number 2. This is Lillian Starija.
Here we go, future. Let's get it in there, huh? Here we go.
Danica Quinn trying to get out of this inning without any more damage. Runner on second. And looks like they pegged her. So Staria gets beaned, and she's at first base. In steps in Madeline Tellis, Sela High School. Smacks it straight to the second baseman. Easy out, and that finally stops the bleeding for Idaho Crimson, but not before Washington Lime. Was that the ball game? Yep. Washington Lime gets 4 runs across, and it's going to end up being a 9-6 final. So that's going to do it for the ball game. Washington Lime takes this one 9-6, hands Idaho Crimson their first loss of the tournament. Any notes on this one, Matthew? It was a spectacular showing by both teams, back and forth a lot before Washington Lime put that 4-run rally together in the bottom of 6.
Yeah, there's some good defense. I was really impressed with the defense out there, making some good plays. Sometimes they didn't get the out on the defensive plays, but just preventing runners from moving up. Really impressed with both teams defensively.
And now we're going to see, it sounds like this has been inconsistent, but we're going to perhaps see if there are players of the game as chosen by the opposing coaches. Has that been pretty consistent over here on this field?
In the one game I've called so far, they did that. It looks like that's what they're lining up to do.
All right. So we're going to see plenty of good hitters in this 9-6 victory.
Some tough choices coming up.
Yeah. So the anticipation.
While we wait, the next game is coming up at noon, so we're going to close this one down here after the players of the game and re-upload the next live stream.
Yeah, we keep it going all day here at FastPitch Northwest from the Shayla Sports Complex.
It was 9-6.
And selected
Washington, right?
Selected for Idaho Crimson is Addison Clark, the pitcher. And for Washington Lime, Nadia Chernick, the catcher, was selected as the player of the game for them. So congratulations to Addison Clark for the Idaho Crimson team and Nadia Chernick for Washington Lime. That's going to do it. The final score again, Washington Lime 9, Idaho Crimson 6. And we'll be right back with another ball game here on Field 4.